Hey everybody, it's your commish shining in again, once again playing the highest score of the week. So guess who lost again? This guy. But you know what makes me feel better about losing? The rate. No, they don't help with that either. I survived a weekend in Cincinnati. Shout out to Chris Martindale for hosting us this year. And we got to witness the Razorbacks continue to suck because all the teams that I cheer for suck, just like the Braves getting knocked out of the playoffs. But you know what makes that better? The fact that the Cardinals got swept. That the Braves just took it out of them and they got swept. What makes it worse, though, is that the Nationals are now in the World Series. So that sucks because I hate the Nationals because they're in the Braves division. But this is a fantasy football, not podcast, recap. So Razorcave plus some scrubs. You did a good week again. You had a good week again. Well done, everybody, except for a couple low scores here. I'm looking at you. Haycock, Justin, Trevin. Trevin, I think you got kind of hit by the injury bug there after making the Gurley trade. But let's dig into some of the matchups, starting with the high score of the week. Shout out to Travis. I was feeling pretty good about myself going into that last game. I was catching a flight, and I was like, I don't think Connor will have that big a game. They're going to struggle to score some touchdowns with the backup third string quarterback in, and then he pulls off a 27.4 point week. So that's cool. That was after Devonta Freeman had a monster game himself, and I'm like, I'm not too worried about that. And then they go off. So well done, sir, with the score of 157. And yes, you are the high scorer of the week, just double checking that. Carried by Deshaun Watson at the helm, who had a monster game against Kansas City. Saw that one coming. Welcome back, Tyreek Hill. Your team looks a lot better with Tyreek Hill. Although Cooper Kupp decided to crap in his pants, as did the entirety of the Rams offense. I just got lucky that Robert Woods had a rushing touchdown in that. Curtis Samuel on the bench had a good day there, and then pretty ho-hum day for most of my players, although Lamar Jackson continues to ball out, and just kind of mediocre days on my bench. So Travis, well done, sir. Well done. Congrats on your W there. Next up, I'm taking a look at Andrew and Naycock. And Andrew, you just got really lucky that you played someone who really sucked this week. So your 108 was enough to survive Naycock's 93.7, and I can see that. How did Marquise Brown? Did he not? It's showing 0 points there? Did he? Okay, it's just not showing up on the sheet. For some reason, it didn't show any points for him. That was kind of weird. But nobody with a blow up day, but just kind of average all around, so good enough to get you the W. Over Zeke had the big day there for Naycock, but what really hurt was the Will Disley injury because he had been doing awesome. Still the number 9 tight end on the season. That was the projection there. Number 5 tight end on the season, but now he is out for the season. So that really sucks for Naycock's offense. And Amari Cooper there got injured pretty early in that game. So really, injuries have just kind of hurt you, Naycock. Although Barkley's coming back, so there are brighter days ahead. And who knows, Robert Woods might be able to turn it on for you. Talk about that in a second. Next up, we have the low score of the week. And Justin, I really want to go back and see who you beat. Daniel had a bad day. 100 points isn't really enough to win games in this league with the double flex spot, but you still managed to pull it out with an injured Christian Kirk on that. Justin, you got to pay attention. You're playing, and I'm just going to text you after this. Make sure you're actually playing active people here. Let's see. Kind of average-ish all around. Russell Wilson had a pretty good day there for Justin. Kind of about same for, Panther defense had 18 points. That's what really helped you out there, Daniel. And the fact that Christian Kirk didn't play. Given a lot of people, Antonio Brown's still sitting there. That's just unfortunate to see that. So a lot of average mediocrity there. Pick it up, boys. Pick it up. Next up, we have Martindale absolutely destroying Trevin. So Trevin, I don't think it mattered what you would have done this week. I realized it's looking I'm looking at the projections in one column. That's what's throwing me off for some of these zeros there. Okay, that makes more sense. So Matt Ryan is a crappy real life quarterback, but an awesome fantasy quarterback, so that's cool. Or maybe that's just the Falcons. Maybe that's not so much him. Maybe I'm giving him too hard a time. Fantasy wise, though, he's pretty good. Cook had the quieter day, but Diggs, man. I'll talk about Stephon Diggs here in a little bit. But Chris Carson with the good day there, 23-pointer. Jamal Williams absolutely shocked me in how well he did in your game, Trevin. You really need Todd Gurley for your team to be effective now. But you got Odell, like that upside's there if they can ever figure things out. And Mahomes, like a very, very top heavy, I would say. But when your guys hit, they hit big. And that's kind of been the story of your fantasy career, I feel like. All right. And I feel like there's something. Yes, it happened. Ladies and gentlemen, Goliath has been slayed this season, not by yours truly, but by my boy, Corey Hardcore. A score of 149 to 132. Corey said, I'm not even going to make this close. Although Aaron Rodgers did have the final game there, so it could have been a little bit closer. But Corey beat Tevitt by about 17 points there, so does my heart happy. Does well, good things for my heart. Led by Kyler Murray, who the Arizona Cardinals may not win a ton of games this season, but Kyler Murray is going to score some fantasy points. And you really need a boom game when you're going up against a tough opponent. And Stephon Diggs, the corpse, has arisen from the dead. And I'm sure Corey would love to trade him while he has a lot of trade value. After a 40-point game, he is now the wide receiver 15 on the season thanks to this one performance. Although he did have 100 yards at Chicago, that's impressive by itself. But man, nobody saw a 40-point game coming against the Eagles. That is ridiculous. Tevin, on your side, Christian McCaffrey had a quiet day of only 19 points. Austin Hooper, that has really been the surprise of the season for me. 21 points there. I'm pretty sure he's the tight end number one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's the tight end number one. Like, they just keep throwing to him. And it's really Julio that's been taking the hit from it. But it's kind of interesting. Corey played his best lineup, it looks like. And Tevitt, Duke Johnson. Yeah, you could have. I mean, you're not going to start Duke Johnson over Alvin Kamara. Maybe over Hardman. But yeah, it just wasn't your day. And still, the freaking Patriots defense, 28 points. That is just unreal. But those some fun matchups this week. Some mediocrity, some good ones there. Taking a look at this next week, I'll try and give my predictions, as I think Travis is the one who started that. And I'm going to put that reverse mojo on you, Daniel. I'm going to pick you to win this game so that I can secretly beat you. But I'm going to predict you for that victory there. Naycock, I'm going to take you over Wilford in this one. Wilford, just not your year. Although I have a feeling you're not even seeing these messages or ever watching these videos. So I'm just talking to myself right now. And then we have, this could be kind of a fun matchup because Tevitt has a few people on bye, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't think Devonta Adams is going to be back yet, which hurts Aaron Rodgers as well. I could be mistaken about Adams, but that could be another fun matchup. But I'm still going to have to go with Tevitt until it's just hard to pick against your roster. Sorry, Travis, but that's my prediction there. And we've got Corey versus Chris. And Chris, I actually really like your roster. Somehow you've traded away for all of these draft picks for next year. But I actually really like your roster. So I think you got to take out the W there. And then this one, I'm seeing a lot. Let's see. Trevin and Andrew. I think you have a couple people that aren't in your lineup there because the prediction's really low. So it's trying to bring me an ad. So I can't see what's going on, and I'm just going to pick Andrew there because I'm a little unsure about Gurley coming back yet. And outside of that, you're really just... Odell's on bye. Yeah, sorry, I'm taking Andrew on that one. I sent out that sheet in the Google Docs if you want to take a look at the draft picks to see a graphical view of just kind of all the trades that have happened there. And looking at it, Travis, I believe you're the only one that hasn't made any draft pick trades this year. So if you care to do so, just let me know. There were a couple interesting trades that were made, so I'm literally getting off a plane, going to my next one, actually going to meet up Nakok, and my phone blows up because Odell got dealt to Trevin with some drafts. I'm not going to remember all these draft things. I'm just going to talk about the players. Gurley got moved. That one finally got moved. Trevin, you got your RB1 that you're wanting. And then Mike Evans got sent to these bag marbles. So I think Tevitt's trying to avoid any injury concerns he may have with Todd Gurley. Mike Evans is kind of taking a little bit of a hit with the emergence of Chris Godwin, but still solid, probably maybe like low-end wide receiver 1, high-end wide receiver 2, probably in that range. That might be selling him short, though. Might be a little bit better. And then Odell has just not had that chemistry with Baker yet. Like, it's going to happen eventually, but I don't know if I'll see that this season. But I guess we will find out and see how that goes. And also today, I traded away Robert Woods for Keenan Allen. Also with some draft capital there, so I'm hoping Keenan Allen doesn't have the past 3 weeks of like less than 10 points, and I get the Keenan Allen from the first 3 weeks. That would much be appreciated. So the boom bust there with Keenan Allen is welcoming to my roster. Of note, along with trades, so the NFL trade deadline is on October 29th, and typically I try and set that about 2 weeks, our trade deadline about 2 weeks after that, which I think would put it in week 11 of our season. So we added another week to the postseason since the top 16s make the playoffs. So I'm going to set the trade deadline to November 13th at 6 p.m. Central Standard. So if you want to make any trades before then, get them in. And then to close out this week's recap, if anybody wants to come to Baton Rouge to see the Hogs get demolished, you're more than welcome to come join me. I will be at that stadium because I enjoy rooting for really bad teams. And it's literally right down the street from me. I work on campus, so I'll be at that game. If you want to come visit me, I would love to see you. And if not, then this will be the last time you see my face until the next time that I post a recap. So this is your commissioner signing out.